What's happening, everyone? My name is Alex and welcome back. So it's almost summertime. That means that the swimming pool is open, but that also means that now you kind of have like a part-time job of keeping the swimming pool clean. Because let's be real, you have to do this every single day. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you a robotic pool cleaner that does it all, so you don't actually have to spend your time cleaning the pool. So this right here is called the Beatbot SORA 70. This robotic pool cleaner here will clean the bottom of the swimming pool, will also clean the walls, the water line, and also the surface. So this acts as a skimmer as well. And this is actually not as expensive as you imagine. Now, before we go any further, I also want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Beatbot, and of course there will be links available in the video's description so you can check this out. So typically when you get a more affordable robotic pool cleaner, it doesn't do the surface of the water. So sure, it does the floor, it does the walls, it does the water line, but you need a skimmer or you need to clean the surface yourself. Well, the Beatbot SORA 70 does the surface here as well, and it actually does it better than a lot of skimmers. So the manufacturer calls this Jet Pulse water surface cleaning technology. Our pool cleaner basically has twin jets that create converging water flows that actively guide floating debris into the suction center. So basically, if you look close enough when our robotic pool cleaner is doing the surface, you will notice how these jets spray water ahead of the robot. This suction hole, let's call it here, opens and closes depending how the robot moves, because it does that on purpose so the stuff that's inside it doesn't actually escape. So you will notice how that suction hole opens and closes depending how the robot is moving and how it's pulling everything inside the robot. Aside from being a great skimmer, this also cleans the inside, so basically the bottom of your pool really well. So this has a lot of suction power, 6,800 gallons per hour suction power. So it's able to pick up anything from the bottom of the pool. So whether you have rocks, for example, or sand or leaves, or basically anything that could be inside the pool, this will be able to pick it up on the first pass. Everything the robot pulls from the water or from the surface ends up in this large debris basket that we have here. This has a 6-liter capacity, so quite big, so this is not gonna get filled anytime soon. And I also love the fact how easy it is cleaning this. You basically tip it over, you spray it with water, and everything falls off. You can also get an optional 3-micron ultra-fine filtration that captures microscopic particles, improving water clarity without additional chemicals. Unfortunately, I didn't get that myself, so I can't really comment on how well it works. I only got to try the one that comes standard with our robot, and I have to say that this gets filled quite a bit every time I put the robot into the pool. So even if you don't see anything at the bottom of the pool, eventually when you look into our debris basket, you see a lot of sand, a lot of little rocks, stuff that you don't actually see with your own eyes. So basically everything that is in the water ends up inside our robotic cleaner here. So because we have so much suction power and also those two brushes, basically everywhere the robot goes, whether it is at the bottom of the pool or on the wall or the water line, basically those brushes spin. So if there is any sort of algae or anything like that, everything will be pulled inside the robot. So you will notice a difference with the walls, with the water line, and of course the bottom of the pool, because those brushes constantly spin, scrubbing your walls basically and the inside of the pool. The Beatbot SORA 70 is also quite smart. It has 18 sensors, and out of those, 2 ultrasonic sensors, so it knows how to avoid obstacles when in the pool. It's not gonna get stuck, and it's also not gonna miss any spots in your swimming pool. So it does this S-shape pattern, so it basically knows exactly where it's been, so it's not gonna miss any spots, it's not gonna leave anything unclean basically inside your pool. I've done a time lapse the other day. I believe the time lapse was about 4 hours long. Unfortunately, it was quite windy that day, so the camera was moving, the water was moving, but you can basically see in that time lapse how the robot does. I had it set on the Pro Plus cycle, so it basically does everything in that cycle. It does the floor, it does the walls, it does the water line, and at the end the surface as well. So you basically put the robot in that cycle in the swimming pool, you let it be, and it's gonna clean everything. We also have quite a large battery inside this device, so a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, and this can run for up to 7 hours if it just does the surface, so if it acts as a skimmer, or 5 hours if it just does the bottom of the pool, or it can run on a cycle where it cleans everything for about 4.5 hours. And that's actually the cycle that I use it in most, because the robot basically does everything. You just drop it in the pool and then it does everything without you actually having to do anything. And another thing that I like about it, when it's done a cleaning cycle, it actually parks itself at the top here, so at the surface, so you can easily pick it up. It also kind of drains the water from inside of it, so it's not that heavy when you actually pick it up. So that's also a bonus, because with a lot of these robots you actually have to fish them out of water, and they're also quite heavy when you pick them up, but that's not the case with this one. So this one, it's quite light when you actually pick it up from the surface of the water. Using this, it's also quite simple. So on the back here, next to our charging port, so this is our charging port right here, we have the charger that also comes in the box. It takes about 4.5 hours to fully charge this from 0 to 100, but basically we have a button on the back here. One of them is like the Pro Plus mode that basically does the entire pool, and the other button you can actually customize from the Beatbot app. So let's say, for example, that you just want the bottom of the pool to be cleaned. Well, you open the Beatbot app, you customize the button, and then you just drop this in the pool and it will only do the floor. Or if you just want the surface done, the same, you can customize that button. So it's customizable to fit your needs, basically. So you don't necessarily have to do the entire pool every cycle. You can just do whatever part you need done at that particular moment. This obviously connects to your home's Wi-Fi network, so it even sends you notifications. Now the notifications will come once this is out of the water, so there is no connectivity inside the water, but whenever this is done, a cleaning cycle for example, and it surfaces, it will send you a notification saying that it's done a cleaning cycle. So the Beatbot app is also quite useful. So to quickly conclude this video, the Beatbot SORA 70, even though it's not crazy expensive compared to what else is out there, because we are all aware that robotic pool cleaners are quite expensive, even though this one is not that expensive, it does it all. So you don't need a second machine for the surface, or you don't need to clean the surface manually. This one basically does it all, and it makes it all very easy, because you just drop it in and it will clean everything by itself without you actually having to do anything. That large debris basket, it's plenty for any mess that you may have in the pool. The insane suction power will basically suck up anything from the pool. I do recommend getting that optional better filtration system compared to the one that comes with the machine. I think that will help to remove like dust or fine sand and stuff like that from the swimming pool. So I'm definitely gonna get that myself. As I mentioned earlier, there will be some links in the video's description. Thanks Beatbot for sponsoring this video, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer whatever questions you may have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.